This evening, our person of the week. He is a lawyer. When he first took the case, which brought him to the nation's attention, he told his client it was the easiest case he had ever seen. 2 years later, he's a wiser man. And thanks to his persistence, he has helped us all to focus on a critical issue of public policy. This week, we address the right of a woman to change her mind after she has been a surrogate mother.
In October of 1986, when I got involved in the case, I felt, and I told this to Mary Beth, that it was the Supreme Court opinion that we would be waiting for in order to unravel this thing.
Harold Cassidy is the lawyer for Mary Beth Whitehead, the natural mother of baby M. This week, after a long struggle, the New Jersey Supreme Court has agreed with him. It is illegal for a surrogate mother to have a baby for money. That is selling babies, or at the very least, selling a mother's right to her child.
We must have in the law a basic sensitivity to the relationship between a young child and the child's mother, and that we have to be very careful when we separate them and how we separate them and why we separate them.
But let's assume that the surrogacy agreement is declared void.
The Supreme Court in New Jersey did not just concentrate on who would have custody of baby M. In fact, custody went to her natural father, William Stern, and his wife. But her natural mother, Mary Beth Whitehead, will not lose her status as a parent, and she will have visitation rights. And on the basic issue of public policy, the contract which Mary Beth signed was ruled invalid. Therein lies Harold Cassidy's victory for his client.
This is a question of dignity of life, and this is a question that has to do with the rights of women. And I think Harold Cassidy on both counts can be applauded by women across the country and by the community at large.
Cassidy is a self-effacing man. He would prefer to give the credit to his client.
It was important to her not only to preserve what was at stake for herself and her child, but to see that what came out of this case was good law.
Harold Cassidy is 42 years old and he believes in the law. When he was a younger man, he studied to be a priest. During the Vietnam War, he was a conscientious objector and served instead as an orderly in a New Jersey hospital. He didn't become a priest. He is married today and has 4 children of his own. He has done much of the work on this case for nothing, which is also true of lawyers on the other side.
Often there are certain people who have rights that will go unprotected if lawyers won't stand up for them.
The New Jersey decision which Harold Cassidy won for his client does not by any means remove the subject of surrogate motherhood from the public debate.
This case is resolved. The issue is not. Now our attention has to turn to legislation that reaffirms the notion that pregnancy is not a service women provide for other people, and pregnancy is not something one buys.
I'm very worried that banning surrogacy will lead to rationale that we have to protect women against their own decisions, because that's essentially what it would say, that women aren't capable of making the decision to be a surrogate.
Those who believe surrogacy is a solution to female infertility may continue to think so. But the New Jersey court decision will be looked on with respect by other courts. And it is hard to imagine women, as a general rule, having children for others without being paid. What the New Jersey decision really makes clear is the powerful need for government to make some decisions.
I think the implications for society in general, and even for the world at large, are immense. I think that the case has forced a great deal of soul searching for all of us, and it's only regrettable that the participants suffered so much and paid such a dear price so that the rest of us could dispute and ponder the niceties of the problems.
And so we choose Harold Cassidy, who managed to convince the New Jersey Supreme Court. This court is particularly influential in the field of family law, and its judgment will have an impact everywhere in the country. Only 3 states, New Jersey, Louisiana, and as of today, Nebraska, have a public policy on surrogate motherhood. However the nation finally decides, this is a subject desperately in need of a policy. That's our report on World News Tonight. I'm Peter Jennings. Have a good weekend. On Monday, we'll be in Iowa for the caucuses. I hope you'll join us. Good night.